The Shanghai List is a massive leak that reveals China's sweeping surveillance and targeting of Uyghurs and other Turkic Muslims. The list includes over 10,000 people labeled as terrorism suspects, including children as young as 5 and elders in their 80s. No charges, no evidence, just raw profiling. This document, leaked by a group of Aussie hackers, was vetted and published by the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. It's based on a huge surveillance dataset from the Shanghai Public Security Bureau's tech division. Translation: the brain of China's digital police. What's terrifying is how loosely the label terrorist is used. We're talking writers, poets, musicians, educators, truck drivers, people who've never even been to China, and literal babies. The common thread? They're Uyghur. The PSB's role is to build infrastructure for wired, wireless, and image-based tracking systems. It's also the brain behind who ends up on China's watch lists. This list gives us a glimpse into how that dystopian machine works. Over 7,600 people on the list are Uyghur. The rest, mostly Kazakh and Kyrgyz Muslims. Children under 5 are listed as threats. Over 400 minors are named. Some were examined by security forces. What were they gonna do? Bite the surveillance drones? There's zero proof given for these accusations. Many listed adults are simply influential professionals or part of the Uyghur diaspora. They're not criminals. They're cultural icons, educators, business owners, and community leaders. One example is Abdukiam Hoja, an 81-year-old archaeologist. His daughter is a reporter. He's called a terrorist. Why? Because he exists and he's Uyghur. This is systemic erasure disguised as counterterrorism. Writers like Yasin Zilal, musicians like Adil Midget, and even kids born in 2014 like Attila Tursun are all on the list. Their crime is being part of a culture Beijing wants to vanish. It's both absurd and horrifying. One truck driver living in Virginia said he found out he was on the list. He was surprised, not that he was labeled, but that it even mattered anymore. He's been separated from his family for years. The list is just another scar. Another Uyghur, Bulgara Arkin, isn't on the list, but his whole family is. Their publishing house in Urumqi was shut down. His dad and 4 employees were detained. Publishing books is now a threat? Families living abroad in countries like Turkey are also listed. Farmer Shaukat Abdullah and his 17 relatives were all named. Their lives uprooted, labeled fugitives, just for trying to live outside of Beijing's grip. The Chinese government says these detention centers are just boarding schools. The reality? Internment camps. Millions detained since 2017. Forced indoctrination. Torture. Sterilization. This is not education. It's oppression. The US and several Western countries have called this genocide. China denies it. But the stories in this list say otherwise. This isn't isolated. This is intentional. It's calculated. And it's still happening. Analysts say the term terrorism has been twisted beyond recognition. It's a political tool now, one used to silence dissent, wipe out culture, and justify internment on a massive scale. Think about this. Kids listed as terrorists before they learn to read. Professors imprisoned for teaching history. Artists arrested for writing songs. This isn't about safety. It's about control. Researcher Adrian Zenz puts it plainly. There's no connection between most of these people and terrorism. The list shows just how arbitrary and discriminatory these accusations are. It's not about what someone did. It's about who they are. And that's what makes it terrifying. This is racial profiling at a governmental scale, digitized and exported. Sean Roberts, another expert, believes this list is part of an attempt to erase Uyghur identity. He calls it preventive policing, locking people up for what they might do, not what they've done. Uyghur intellectuals and even Communist Party members are disappearing. Anyone seen as a potential symbol of Uyghur resilience is at risk. This is a cultural purge hiding behind a national security narrative. Mehmet Toti from Canada says it bluntly. This list is random. If you're Uyghur, that's enough. There are no investigations, no legal standards, just ID numbers and accusations. The biggest terrorist groups in the world don't have 10,000 members, but China claims it does. All inside one minority group? The math doesn't add up. But the motive is clear. This is not about terrorism. This is about domination. This is about dismantling a people from within. And lists like this are just the beginning of something much darker. This leak raises an urgent question. How many other lists are out there? How many more people are living under this digital sword of Damocles without even knowing it? We can't turn away. This isn't just a Chinese issue. It's a human issue. And it's a warning about what happens when surveillance meets unchecked power. The world needs to keep watching, keep questioning, keep documenting. The truth is only as strong as our willingness to share it. And these names deserve to be seen, remembered, and defended. Your support helps us continue uncovering and sharing stories the world needs to hear. Every contribution gives a voice to the silenced and brings light to the shadows. Stand with truth. Stand with humanity.